What if I told you that the air inside your home right now may be more contaminated than the air outside on a busy city street? In 1989, a team of NASA scientists made a discovery so significant that it would quietly reshape how we think about the walls that are supposed to protect us. They weren't looking for houseplants, they were looking for a way to keep astronauts alive in sealed space stations. What they found instead was a set of ordinary, unassuming plants with an extraordinary hidden talent: the ability to pull toxic compounds like formaldehyde, benzene, and trichloroethylene directly from the air we breathe. Today, we're going to walk through 20 of them. Some you already own, some you've walked past 100 times without knowing their true purpose. And one near the end of this list was once cultivated specifically because ancient physicians believed it could cleanse not just the air, but the spirit. Let's begin.
Number 1. The snake plant, known botanically as Sansevieria trifasciata. Native to the arid regions of West Africa, this plant survived for centuries in harsh, drought-prone soil, developing thick, sword-like leaves that store water and resist decay. Scientifically, it stands apart for a rare trait. It continues releasing oxygen at night through a process called CAM photosynthesis, making it one of the few plants suited for bedrooms. NASA's research confirmed its capacity to absorb formaldehyde, a chemical common in pressed wood furniture and household cleaners. On the homestead, the snake plant asks for almost nothing in return. It tolerates low light, thrives on neglect, and can be propagated simply by cutting a leaf and rooting it in soil.
Number 2. The spider plant, or Chlorophytum comosum. Originating in the tropical and southern regions of Africa, this plant earned its name from the small, dangling plantlets that resemble spiders suspended on threads. Nutritionally speaking, this one benefits the air rather than the body, but its scientific credentials are impressive. NASA researchers found it capable of removing up to 90% of formaldehyde from a sealed chamber within 24 hours. For the homesteader, the spider plant is remarkably forgiving. It multiplies quickly, adapts to almost any indoor condition, and its offshoots can be rooted in water within days, making it one of the easiest plants to share and propagate. Number 3. The peace lily, Spathiphyllum. This plant traces its origin to the rainforests of Central America and Colombia, where it grew in the shaded understory, adapted to filtered light and humid air. Its broad, dark leaves are efficient at absorbing volatile organic compounds, particularly benzene and trichloroethylene, both common byproducts of paints, solvents, and synthetic materials. It's worth noting that this plant is toxic if ingested by pets or children, so placement matters. On the homestead, it prefers indirect light and consistently moist soil, and it communicates its needs visibly. Drooping leaves signal thirst, offering a built-in indicator for care. Number 4. English ivy, Hedera helix. Long associated with ancient Greece, where it was woven into wreaths and considered a symbol of fidelity and vitality, this climbing vine has a documented history stretching back thousands of years. Modern research has shown it to be particularly effective at reducing airborne mold spores and formaldehyde, making it valuable in damp or humid environments. On the homestead, English ivy thrives outdoors as ground cover or trained along a trellis, and indoors it adapts well to hanging baskets where its trailing vines can be trimmed and propagated with ease. Number 5. The Boston fern, Nephrolepis exaltata. This plant emerged from the tropical forests and swamps of the Americas and gained cultural popularity during the Victorian era, when ferns became a symbol of refinement in parlors across Europe and America. Its dense fronds give it substantial surface area, allowing it to act as a natural humidifier while filtering formaldehyde and xylene from the air. For the homestead, it requires more attention than most on this list, consistent moisture and indirect light, but rewards that care with rapid, lush growth that can transform a shaded porch or bathroom into a thriving green space. Before we continue, if you value real nutrition and real self-sufficiency over marketing hype, take a moment to hit that like button. It helps this research reach the people who need it. Now, let's continue building this list because the next few entries carry stories that stretch back thousands of years. Number 6. Aloe vera. Referenced in Egyptian medical texts dating back to 1550 BCE, this succulent was so revered that it was reportedly part of the beauty regimen of Cleopatra herself. Beyond its air-purifying qualities, it registers formaldehyde and benzene levels through visible brown spots on its leaves, acting as a natural warning system. Its gel has long been used topically for burns and skin irritation. On the homestead, aloe vera thrives in bright light with minimal watering, making it an ideal candidate for sunny windowsills where overwatering is the only real threat to its survival. Number 7. The bamboo palm, Chamaedorea cyphrese. Native to the understories of Mexican and Central American rainforests, this palm evolved to survive on filtered light beneath a dense canopy. That adaptation makes it exceptionally well suited to indoor environments. NASA's Clean Air Study ranked it among the most effective plants for removing benzene and trichloroethylene. On the homestead, it also functions as a natural humidifier, releasing moisture through its leaves, which makes it particularly useful in dry climates or heated homes during winter months. Number 8. The rubber plant, Ficus elastica. Originating in Southeast Asia, this tree was historically tapped for its latex sap before synthetic rubber became widespread. Its broad, waxy leaves offer significant surface area for absorbing airborne toxins, and studies have shown particular effectiveness against formaldehyde. For the homestead, the rubber plant is a long-term investment. It grows steadily into a substantial indoor tree over years, tolerating lower light and infrequent watering, making it a resilient choice for those new to indoor cultivation. Number 9. Chinese evergreen, Aglaonema. Cultivated for centuries throughout Southeast Asia, this plant holds a place in Chinese tradition as a symbol of good fortune. Its scientific value lies in its tolerance for low light, combined with its ability to filter benzene and formaldehyde from enclosed spaces. On the homestead, few plants ask for less. It tolerates dim corners, irregular watering, and fluctuating temperatures, making it a dependable choice for spaces where other plants struggle to survive. Number 10. Golden pothos, Epiprinum aureum. Native to the Solomon Islands, this vine has spread in cultivation across nearly every continent due to its adaptability. It's earned the folk name devil's ivy for its near indestructibility. Scientific study has confirmed its effectiveness in reducing formaldehyde, xylene, and toluene concentrations indoors. On the homestead, it thrives in almost any lighting condition and can be propagated endlessly from stem cuttings placed in water, making it one of the most cost-effective plants for filling a home with functioning greenery. That's 10 plants down, 10 to go. If this research is giving you a new way to look at the space around you, consider subscribing because the next 10 include some of the most surprising entries on this entire list. This next one is even more remarkable than it first appears. Number 11. The Areca palm, Dipsis luticens. Originally from Madagascar, this palm was introduced to the West during the height of Victorian plant collecting expeditions. It ranks among the most efficient natural humidifiers tested by NASA researchers, releasing significant moisture into the air while filtering xylene and toluene. On the homestead, it requires bright, indirect light and regular watering, and in return offers a lush tropical presence capable of transforming the air quality of an entire room. Number 12, Dracaena, particularly the variety known as red-edged or Dracaena marginata. Native to Madagascar and parts of Africa, this plant has long been associated with resilience, growing in rocky, nutrient-poor soil where little else survives. Its narrow, upright leaves were found by NASA to be highly effective against trichloroethylene and xylene. On the homestead, Dracaena tolerates a wide range of light conditions and requires only moderate watering, making it a practical choice for those balancing plant care with a busy schedule. Number 13, the philodendron, particularly the heartleaf variety. Native to the rainforests of Central and South America, indigenous communities historically used related species for their durable, fibrous stems. Its filtering strength lies in formaldehyde absorption, and its rapid growth means it processes larger volumes of air over time compared to slower-growing plants. On the homestead, it climbs or trails, depending on how it's supported, adapting easily to poles, shelves, or hanging baskets. Number 14, the weeping fig, Ficus benjamina. Originating in Southeast Asia and Australia, this tree holds cultural significance in Thailand, where it's sometimes referred to as a symbol of stability. Research has shown it effectively removes formaldehyde, xylene, and toluene from indoor air over extended periods. On the homestead, it requires consistent conditions. Sudden changes in light or temperature can cause leaf drop, but once established, it becomes a long-lived, air-purifying centerpiece capable of thriving for decades. Number 15, the gerbera daisy, Gerbera jamesoni. Discovered in South Africa in the late 19th century by botanist Robert Jameson, this flowering plant brought unexpected results to NASA's study. It was among the most effective at removing benzene and trichloroethylene, chemicals common in synthetic fibers and inks. On the homestead, it requires bright light and well-draining soil, and while it demands slightly more attention than foliage plants, its flowers offer visible, colorful proof of a thriving indoor ecosystem. 15 down, 5 remain. If you've made it this far, you already understand something most people overlook, that the air inside our homes is not neutral. It is shaped by what we choose to fill it with. If that idea resonates with you, let us know in the comments which plant on this list surprised you the most. Now, let's finish strong. But we're just getting started with what may be the most historically significant entries yet. Number 16, the chrysanthemum, Chrysanthemum morifolium. Cultivated in China as early as the 15th century BCE, this flower was steeped in tea and valued in traditional medicine for its believed cooling properties. In NASA's study, it proved to be one of the single most effective plants for removing benzene, commonly introduced indoors through plastics, detergents, and glues. On the homestead, it requires bright, direct sunlight to bloom fully, making a sunny windowsill or outdoor bed its ideal home. Number 17, the Barberton daisy, Gerbera jamesonii's close relative, sometimes called the Transvaal daisy. Discovered growing wild near Barberton, South Africa in 1884, this flower was once so prized by European collectors that specimens were transported across continents at considerable expense. Its scientific value mirrors its cousin, the gerbera, strong performance against benzene and trichloroethylene. On the homestead, it thrives outdoors in temperate climates or indoors near a bright window, rewarding consistent light with long-lasting blooms. Number 18, the lady palm, Rapis excelsa. Cultivated in China for over 1,000 years, this palm was historically reserved for the gardens of the wealthy due to its slow growth and refined appearance. It tested remarkably well against ammonia, a chemical common in cleaning products and industrial materials. On the homestead, it tolerates low light and irregular watering, and its slow growth means minimal maintenance over many years of steady service.
Number 19. The dwarf date palm, Phoenix robeleni. Native to Southeast Asia, this compact palm has been cultivated for centuries, both for its ornamental value and, in some regions, for its small edible dates. NASA researchers found it effective against xylene, a solvent commonly found in printing and rubber products. On the homestead, it prefers bright, indirect light and consistent moisture, making it well-suited to a covered porch or a well-lit interior room.
Number 20. The Kimberley Queen Fern, Nephrolopus obliterata. Native to Australia, this fern was cultivated as a hardier alternative to the Boston fern, capable of tolerating drier air while still delivering strong filtration of formaldehyde and xylene. On the homestead, it adapts well to both outdoor patios and indoor spaces, requiring only moderate humidity to thrive, making it one of the most practical entries on this entire list for beginners.
20 plants, 20 stories, spanning continents, centuries, and civilizations, from the tombs of ancient Egypt to the laboratories of NASA. What unites them is a simple but essential truth. Self-sufficiency doesn't always require grand gestures or complicated systems. Sometimes it begins with a single pot on a windowsill and a decision to take responsibility for the air you breathe, the food you grow, and the space you occupy. This is the philosophy at the heart of everything we explore on this channel, that ancient wisdom, when paired with modern science, gives us the tools to live more deliberately and more sustainably without waiting for someone else to solve these problems for us. So tell us in the comments below, which of these 20 plants are you teaming up with first? Whether it's the resilient snake plant guarding your bedroom air or the ancient chrysanthemum reclaiming a windowsill, your choice matters. Subscribe if you want more research like this, grounded in history and backed by science. And we'll see you in the next one.